Welcome back to Oakfield Farm for episode 29 with me, Mr. Searley P. Winter has been a harsh mistress. It snowed overnight, as you've seen. There's not a lot I can do. I was going to go out, I thought I'll fertilise some of the fields, but the ground's frozen, it won't let me do that. It's still fairly dark. I got up in the morning rather than dawn itself to get a few of the jobs done, and there really isn't a lot I can do. So I'm going to feed the animals. I've done some already. I need to bring some bales through because I've used all the bales for bedding. For the cows. Sheep are doing alright. So, just put this to in. I'll take all this now, no my luck on it. Oh, that was close. That's a lucky guess, wasn't it, really? The other thing I'm going to do is probably all of the silage that's fermented. I'm going to get it out of the bunker silos and put it into storage. I don't want it freezing solid, then I can't do anything with it. I suppose I should have done that before now, really, but never mind. At least the snow stopped, only got kind of one layer of it. Could have been a lot worse. Actually, I think what I will do... let's go back around again, and then back in from here. That way I don't risk hitting the wall pallet. That said, that wall is taking forever to fill up. I know with seasons on, the animals produce at different times. Maybe it'll be spring that will suddenly go bonkers, maybe, I don't know. We shall see. So, put that there. Need to be incredibly careful in the snow and ice. Don't want to go sliding across the yard and lose the bales. Now I could spend ages clearing the yard, putting it all in great big piles. The problem with that is it gets laggy around the piles of snow, and then I found on the Valley of the Old Farm doing that we got into summer and I still had piles of snow sitting there because they just wouldn't disappear. So it's probably one of those awkward things we just need to be careful of. Claws out. Perfect, that'll do for now. So next job, grab the bucket, grab a trailer and start unloading these bunker silos. I think I could do it with the snow blower, I suppose. But where's the fun in that? I think I'll start with the 112. Ah, this is going to be tricky. There's snow on top of it. Oh. Ah, well. Let's see how that works. Right, and the trailer. That was very sensible. Getting a bucket load and not picking it, getting a trailer. Okay, trailer. So, this is what I'm going to do for a little while. Port the truck over. Lorry. Because I'm bouncing between the two. Three maps, not two. Lone Oak, Sussex and here. So I'm going to clear all this, get this away, and that'll be all my jobs really for today. There's not a lot else I can do. And then I think it's going to be waiting it out until spring, I guess. There's not really much else I can do. Don't really want to pick any snow up with this, but... So, if you've been keeping up with the various different Let's Plays that are going on at the moment, and it depends obviously when you're watching this, but I did a trip and I went out to the US to visit Eustace Farmer, who's now running a small part of the farm out on Lone Oak. So I went to see him, ended up getting a bit of a job, and I've been working out there for Jockey Inc. But I have to come back, even if it's only for short term. While I've been gone, the seasons have flown by. When I left, we were going into winter, and did a few jobs here and there. The staff, the workers on the farm have been busy beavering away over the winter. Although I'm going to have to speak to someone about leaving the gate open. That's not good. Let's close that. But I've come at a very important time. We're not far off harvest of the last crops that I need to complete the contracts on Oakfield Farm, and that's what I need to do. I am going to be going back to the US, back to Lone Oak, to continue my job for Jockey Inc. I need to finish off what I'm doing here before I move on. Now, what's happened while I've been away? Some vehicles have been purchased. There's been a new trailer bought. That should be... oh, here it is. There you go. It's the Agroliner 45,000 litre trailer, I think it is. I think they've also bought, what have they got? A Bobcat, I think, somewhere. As you may have noticed, the sheep have been incredibly productive, and I mean incredibly productive. This will all be going off to the spinnery, to Big Daddy's Knitting Club. It's been ages waiting for this, and finally, they're going to have some wool. This is going to be sold in a little while, but I've got one round here, I believe. Yeah, we go. But I'm not sure if that's full yet, so we need to wait and see. If that's full, that'll be loaded too. Oh, there you go. There you go. There's a Bobcat, which they've now been using for loading pallets and stuff around the yard. The animals are thriving and have been looked after incredibly well. We've had no deaths over the winter, which is always good. Good to hear. Bales are stacked up, ready for when they need them. They've done a really good job. Oh, last time I kind of left this during the winter, we were feeding the animals, staff were feeding the animals, and I was emptying the bunker silo here, which is now fully emptied. I was also emptying, once that was done, I was going to empty the bunker silo around the corner here. Not here, that's the silage pit. The bunker silo there. That is almost empty. However, the forage and chip silo, which is just behind there, is full of silage. 500,000 litres. I can't get any more into it. I've been making total mixed ration, trying to get that down. But again, there's only so much of that I can make. So there's still some silage left in here, but that's not too bad either. As we make more total mixed ration, we'll gradually eat away at this and there'll be none left. I have also gone round checking the vehicles, and it would seem that the workers have been keeping up with the maintenance on the vehicles, all apart from one. One vehicle ended up costing quite a bit of money. The tractors were all maintained, the harvester was maintained, everything was looked after really, really well, apart from, and it's not here, where is it? Maybe it's out spraying. The Massey Ferguson boom sprayer, that went back in to be checked because it wouldn't start properly, and when it turned out it wouldn't start properly, it cost about 11,000 to repair. That obviously got missed in the winter work. But here's the other thing, another good reason why I'm back is this. The soybean that we got off the fields before the winter, before winter set, and we put it in storage. So if we have a look in our storage, we've got 176,000 litres of soybean. Because now we're into the early summer, the price of soybean is soaring. At Willowbrook stores, it's going up north of 2,046 for 1,000 litres. At Empire stores, it's 2,024 and set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a full load to Empire. The price will obviously take a bit of a hit there. I'm going to take a full load to Willowbrook stores. Now, with 45,000 litres in that, double that, that's going to be about 90 grand per load, if my maths is right, which is pretty good. So, let's load this up with soybean and get this up to Empire stores, sell a full load. We'll get a full load over to Willowbrook stores, and then we'll take the wool and we'll get Big Daddy's Knitting Club supplied. Finally! He will be happy with that. He really will. So like I say, I'm going to get a few of these jobs done now, and then I'm hoping, the weird thing I've got at the moment is that we are moving into, well, harvest season won't come until late summer, but I planted winter barley and winter canola, and whilst it appears to be growing, there we go, fruit types. If we go down to field 13, I split it between winter barley and winter canola because I need barley for Gloucestershire Real Ale, who wanted some winter barley. I've been down to the brewery, I've tried out the Oakfield brew, had a bit of a tour round, absolutely fantastic. And then for Wazza's Vintage Oils, I was short on my canola. So I've got canola in that field there. If I look at growth, they're both on dark green, which means they'll be done soon. While I've been away, they've planted field 43, also with canola or oilseed rape, but the amount of time it took to do it is at different growth stages. But weirdly, that was planted in winter and is only on dark green. That was planted mid-spring and isn't far behind it. So I'm not even sure planting during the winter helped very much. I'm hoping midsummer that should be ready, so I won't have to wait till autumn, but we'll see. So that being said, I'm going to get this to Empire stores. I'll see you there in a minute. We'll unload it and see what we make. Now the money in the top right hand corner has kind of fluctuated up and down. We've done very well on Oakfield with the cows over the winter period and into the spring. Every night that's gone past, we've made about 40 grand, I think it was. There have been fees and stuff that have come off of leasing vehicles and maintenance and stuff like that. And then buying the trailer and buying the Bobcat as well, it's into it, and that kind of all got fairly well regained, in all honesty. I have and still continue to thoroughly enjoy playing on this map. I know I've been off on Lone Oak Farm and Sussex Farm, and there have been first look map tours and guide tours and all sorts going on, but if you're watching this series right the way through, let's see what we get. You'll understand why I've been really enjoying this. Right, so we make 91,000. That's why it's worth holding on to the crops. It wasn't even a great demand, just the value went up, the price went up, what was worth. I could have got rid of it all at the time, but it made more sense to put it in storage, and it was well worth it. Okay, I think with these, if I sell 3 loads, so I've got enough to do 3, not quite 4 I don't think, 176,000, not far off. Only well over $1 million. I was taken on board as the farm manager to get it up on its feet, get the dairy farm up and running. We've got a sheep farm up and running, we've got a greenhouse, we've done contracts, we've done so much stuff. Oh, there you go, there's the boom sprayer. Sit in the middle of the field. That's weird. Why is it sitting out there? Unless it's waiting for... Is it waiting for this to start growing before it can spray the next bit? Quite possibly. Anyway, back over to the farm, grab the next load over to Willow... I keep saying Willowbrook. I'm right, I know. I want to say Willow Springs, but it's not. It is Willowbrook Stores, isn't it? Yeah, Willowbrook. I don't know why I want to say Willow Springs. Anyway, never mind. So, back to the farm, get the next load off to Willowbrook Stores. Then we'll get rid of the wool as well, of course. Right, load number 2. We're heading up to Willowbrook Stores. That big dilemma is coming up soon, isn't it? There are lots of maps out, lots of new maps in testing, lots of first looks I've been doing in Willowbrook Stores. But because I keep up with Frontier Design, OxygenDavid, Bullet Bill, Shamrock Valley is complete, and I believe has gone for testing with Frontier first. I think they're going to have a bit of a whiz through, make sure everything's alright, and then that's going to go into testing, I would imagine, with Giants. I cannot wait for that to come out. If it's anything like the rest of the stuff Frontier does, it's just going to be amazing. So yeah, watch this space. Will I get to a point I'm going to be running 4 Let's Plays? Who knows? We're over 1 million. 92,000. Let's see how much of an impact that's had on price. So soybean was at 2,045 and climbing. Empire Stores has taken a real hit. Hang on. That's better. Pounds. Yeah, Empire Stores has taken a hit. That's gone down to 1,847, and that's sitting in the white. That's not moving. Willowbrook Stores is still saying it's climbing. That's going to take a little while to recover. I wonder what the price of wool is at the moment. 8,381 and climbing. So how long do I leave it? That's the question. Before... Now that says wool 36.1%. So I'm assuming there's going to be a new pallet of wool up at the farm, which means that one that I thought was full is full. So let's see on here. Maybe bring the wool down, or maybe go in, have some dinner, have a bite to eat, come back out. Maybe the prices bounce back a bit on both, and we'll sell some more. I think that's the best plan. Let's mull it over dinner, shall we? Oh, this map is brilliant. It really is. Well, I did one load in between, which has taken up to 1,113-ish. Bees have been doing alright, and you know, the greenhouse income and the rest of it. So it's now 9:05. The price bounced back very nicely, and when I say bounced back very nicely, the price is now on higher than it was before, 2,053, and then it stopped. Wool is still climbing. I might have to wait until the morning maybe to sell that, don't know. I'll keep an eye on the price of that, but I'm going to get rid of the last load in here. This is it. This isn't a full load, so I said I wouldn't get 4 full ones. 3 at 45,000, the 1 at 41. But that said, incredibly productive. Very happy with the soybean. 84 grand. Nice. So we're now at 1,201,000. I think we can safely say I've made a success of Oakfield. We're doing alright. I know I keep saying that, but we are. I couldn't have done it without all the subscriber contracts, with the assistance from Barris, with, you know, that's the point actually. I bought the trailer and the Bobcat, didn't I? I need to talk to Barris about that, because I get discount 20%. Not like I need every penny I can get, but you know, it's not to be sniffed at. So back to the farm. That's all of the soybeans sold. Now it's just waiting on the wool, and then in the morning hopefully those crops will be ready to harvest and we can finish off the contracts. I kind of eased up on the contracts a little bit on here, simply because it was becoming very unwieldy, dealing with all of them and remembering who had what, and who needed what. And so if you did submit a contract and I didn't do it, I apologise. It's the same on Sussex, and it will be the same on Lone Oak Farm and any other map I do. I will happily take on board contracts, subscriber contracts. I will try to do them. Sometimes they don't always fit the storyline. Sometimes I don't always have time to do them. I would urge you to be patient, because obviously when you're running seasons, you might submit a contract, and that's great if you give it to me in spring, but let's be honest, that's not going to come to fruition until harvest time in autumn. So it might be quite a few episodes before you get anywhere close to getting your contract kind of done or completed, whatever it might be. Anyway, back to the farm and we'll see what happens with the wool. Well, it's about just gone 20 to 10 and the price of wool topped out literally about a minute ago. stopped climbing and it's sat about 8414, I think, something like that. So this full pallet is going to go on. If I don't hit anything. Actually, I'll put that right back out the way. Whoops, lights off as well. Okay, let's strap that on. Undo that, put it on again, and that will go through that pallet. This should be alright. Tidy little payday. Lift that up. And away we go. Down to the spinnery. There are going to be some very, very happy gentlemen down in the public house this evening, enjoying a few beverages, looking forward to the wool that will come from this. I'm sorry, Big Daddy, that it's taken so long. I know I did ship some from Sussex, which means now you've got all of this. I think the stuff from Sussex will go to Wombleway's Woolen Wear. But this is all for you. The beacon's on too. It's lucky that it's early summer, staying light quite late, which means I'm not doing this in the dark. Although I've noticed it always looks a lot brighter on my screen when I'm recording, but when I come to edit it always seems a lot darker, the nighttime bit, so I'm not sure how dark this is going to appear to you on screen, but we shall see. I'm trying to think the last time I made this much wool, or produced this much wool. I know I did some on the Valley of the Old Farm. I don't think I did this much, but I can remember. I had a lot of sheep on that one as well. So I don't know why this seems to have been so much more productive, I don't know. An auspicious moment. Shall I go through? Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter which way I go. Where's it coming from? Oh, the back. I thought, where's it going? Lovely, lovely, lovely. 134,000 on sold wool. Wow. Okay, well, that's that finally done. That seems to have been a long time coming as well. Like I said before, that is the kind of, you know, seasons is just that, seasons. You prep at the beginning, you work your way through, you hope everything's going to work out as it should do, and then if you're lucky and it has worked out as it should do, the results are then when you come to sell what you produced, and it takes a while to get there, but it's worth it when you do. That was an absolute joy. Right, 1,336,000. I'm thinking Farm Dog's not happy about that. He likes wool. He curls up in it to keep warm. I'm thinking now we're probably going to, we've got the Fort Strip, but that did work out whilst it was incredibly cheap to buy, and I got that on a deal kind of way early on in the Let's Play. We needed a bigger harvester, and being lent the one from Mitch, the Fent, worked out brilliantly. So I'm thinking we're going to lease another one for the harvest we've got to do on field 13. Probably go big again so we can make fairly light work of it. I'm not too sure what we're going to go with, but that will probably be in the morning now, I would imagine. So as we head back after a very, very productive evening, I'm glad I came back when I did. It's been fantastic. I think we're at the end of this episode. Sad though it may be, I think we've probably got one left. Just the final harvest, the final contracts to complete. Then I shall be bidding farewell to Sir David. Thank him massively for the honour of doing this and working on his farm. However, that's all to come in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.